Mark Redmond gave the A's what they needed tonight, trying to break out of the losing streak. As I mentioned earlier, through 6 innings, he had allowed only 3 base runners, all on singles, one of whom he had picked off and was in very fine form against the Devil Rays. But he ran into Wechter's excellent game. Wechter letting his defense do the work for the most part, striking out 2 of the first 13 he faced, retired those 13. Scott Hatterberg then, as he is wont to do, got into a good battle and took the count deep and finally got something on the board for the A's, 3-2. There's a slicing drive to left that's going to get down for a base hit. And the A's have their first base runner. Hatterberg takes a wide turn but goes back to first. So after retiring the first 13, Wechter finds himself now about to work from the stretch. And a solid Hatterberg at bat. Whether working from the stretch had anything to do with it or not, Durazo was the next hitter, and it wasn't long before he punished Wechter. Swung, and there's a high drive to right. That is deep. Very deep, and that is gone. Hey, Rubio Durazo unloads on one for a 2-run homer. And in the top of the 5th inning, after 13 A's batters were retired, a single and a homer, 2-0 Athletics. Incidentally, in Redmond's first 6 innings, in which he allowed just the aforementioned 3 hits, very few balls hit that hard, one of which didn't go for a base hit. Line drive off the glove of Redmond. Caroms near second. Pick up by Crosby. Bare hand throw. Got him. Outstanding play. That one was smoked off the glove of Redmond. He slowed it down enough. I thought that even though Crosby got to it, little chance he could get it. But he gunned him down on an eyelash play at first base. Kid could play some short. So Julio Lugo tasted the excellence of the glove of Bobby Crosby. In the top of the 7th, Durazo got to the plate again with a runner aboard. This time it was Jermaine Dye who'd drawn a 1-out walk, and then after Hatterberg popped to short, Durazo stepped in, and on the second pitch showed that he doesn't just have to pull to go deep.
Scrape your hand on the railing. Durazo rips one to left center. Baldelli going back. Baldelli at the track, at the wall, and it is gone. And Durazo's gone deep twice tonight. 2 2-run homers, and it is 4-0 Athletics.
Well, he and the A's have been waiting for a night like this.
And Rubio, 4 RBIs for the year coming into play tonight. 4 ribbies tonight. 4-0 A's.
Moments later, Bobby Crosby, the next hitter, was nailed by a Wechter pitch in the left elbow, immediately ejected from the ballgame by plate umpire James Hoy. After protesting, Lou Piniella brought in Lance Carter to pitch to Damian Miller. He got the final out of the inning, and after that, the A's did very little offensively for the rest of the night. Meantime, Redmond got a little bit wild in the 7th inning, something uncharacteristic for him in the first 6. He walked Huff with 1 out. He walked Tino Martinez with 2 out, and Julio Lugo then beat out an infield hit to deep short. At that point, Ken Maka went to Chad Bradford. Countering was Piniella with left-handed batting Rob Thicke, who was a guy who was a deep ball threat.
1 and 2 to 5th. Bradford out of the stretch, now to the belt. And Bradford's 1-2 pitch is swung on and popped up in a short left field. Burns coming on. He's right there and waiting for it. Makes the catch. And Bradford does the job as Tampa Bay leaves 3.
Well, you figure maybe that's the only big crisis the A's will encounter. They surmounted it. When we got to the 9th inning, Bradford had pitched a shutout 8, giving up a harmless base hit. That was Crawford, who was cut down stealing. And Arthur Rhodes came in to pitch the 9th with a 4-run lead, and the middle of the order coming up. Rocco Baldelli, the rookie star of a year ago, had been struggling, 1 for 12 in the series that concluded last night up in Boston, but he found a Rhodes pitch to his liking. Rhodes' 6 saves is tied. There's a drive to left field. He didn't get all of it, but it's back toward the wall, and he did get all of it. It was a low-line drive. I thought it might hit the top of the wall. Baldelli goes deep, just clearing the barrier and getting the Devil Rays on the board. Here in the 9th, it's 4-1 Athletics. He hit it low enough, he fooled me. And Arthur Rhodes has to think back to his last ball game in Yankee Stadium when he came in, and the first pitch to Jason Giambi. Giambi parked in the right center field seats. Left-hand batting, Aubrey Huff was up next. Last year's offensive star in average, homers, and RBIs, leading the club in those categories and coming in tonight with just a 189 average. But with a 2-1 count, Huff reverted to 2003. Miller sets the target away to the left-handed batter. He swings, and there's a long drive to right. Guy won't even move. Deep into the seat. Home run. Aubrey Huff. Back-to-back. 4-2 Athletics, and still nobody out in the ninth. Holy Toledo. Finally, Eduardo Perez made an out by bouncing out to second base, but the veteran Tino Martinez singled up the middle to keep life going in the inning. And then Lugo worked deep in the count and drew a base on balls. A ground out by Fick moved the runners up to second and third, and Rhodes now was just one out away from getting home. But Ray Sanchez, in a 9-pitch at bat, finally got to 3-2. He walked, loading the bases. He represented the possible winning run at first base with the top of the order Crawford up, guy who came in batting 300 tonight and had 2 hits in the game. 2 quick strikes got Rhodes in front, and it was time to end all of this nonsense. Rhodes trying to get the club back in the clubhouse. Right now. 2 strikes to count. Crawford waits. He struck him out. He chased one almost over his head. Strike 3. And after all of that drama, 3 Devil Rays are left aboard. And the Tampa Bay crew comes up 2 runs short. The A's are back in the win column for the first time in a week, breaking the 6-game losing streak. And the final score tonight, with the bases left loaded in the 9th inning by Tampa Bay, the Athletics 4, the Devil Rays 2.